Hey Dad, hey Greg, hey y'all. Well, today is the day. Gonna get started on the rocker panels. Gonna see what kind of damage I can do, trying to get those spot welds out, try and find them, try and get started pulling them out. We'll see how well it goes. I've got a sharpened nail set here, and I'm going to try and get the spot weld cutter in there and get those things taken out. So let's go ahead and get started and see how far we can get. So this is about 30 minutes worth of work. Started cutting, just trying to get as much of this crap out as I could, get some of these spot welds drilled out. But look at all of that dirt. That was all hiding in the rocker panel. No wonder it's rusted out. But I'll continue this tomorrow, hopefully. But there's the pieces that I've kind of cut out. And yeah, that's pretty heavy gauge metal there to be rotted that bad. So, and I went ahead and added one more brace. I didn't weld it to the frame or to the body. I just welded it to the, tacked it in to the body card. But I figured if I had one brace too many, it would be better than one brace not enough. So, one more. So what I'm trying to do is cut this flange off so that it'll release the the rocker panel here. I've got it cut almost all the way through. I just need to bring that on down, and I think this whole part right here will just fall out because I've already cut it all the way through here, and I've cut the flange off. And I was trying to stay away from this. This is a brace, so I was angling my cutting wheel up so that I wouldn't get into this brace and have to weld it back together. This one was rusted out. The floor pan was rusted away from the brace, so that one came out pretty easy. This one here, it's not rusted as bad, so there's plenty of good metal there for it still to be bonded. So I just went ahead and cut all that out of there to release this. And like I said, I'm just gonna have to take this thing out in little pieces. And but all these spot welds here, those are part of the new piece that I've got anyway. So those are all good. The only spot welding that I'll have to do in this area will be these braces and the floor pan to the rocker panel. Okay, so here's what's left of the front part of the rocker. Looks pretty bad, but I expected a mouse nest or something in there, but haven't run across one of those yet. And here's that brace that I was trying to save. This is all part of the floor pan. This right here is the seat bracket, but I drilled the spot welds out of that and here as well, so that I had a good placement for the new rocker to go into. So I haven't looked in here. But yeah, there's daylight showing through there. But this is a cross section of the rocker panel. So you have the outer skin, which the ones on the convertibles are really thick. I don't know that the ones on the coupes are as thick, but that's pretty thick metal. And then you've got the outer rocker, the inner rocker, or however many pieces that is. There's a ton of pieces here. That's why it's taken so long to cut through all of this stuff. But it's just with the convertibles not having a top, that's why they have all of these different layers in there to help strengthen it up. And that's why sometimes convertibles are heavier than coupes are, because they have to put so much more bracing in them. But we've got this far. Kind of step back and give you a shot of that. So I'm going to continue on. I do have to get this front piece out here. This level, I do have to get these pieces out here, but this piece of metal goes inside here, and you really can't see it, but it goes pretty far up in there, so I'm going to have to get in there and get all that stuff pulled out. But trying to get these pieces pulled apart. I'll have to start on the hitting these spot welds back here too. Try and get this stuff taken out. I'll probably end up having to cut a hole in the quarter, which I've got to replace those anyway, because I don't think that's gonna pass. But I'll cut a hole in this, see what all spot welds I have to get to inside there. Well, this is what it looks like now that I have the front part of the rocker panel pulled out. It's pretty rusty, nasty back here. I mean, it's not pitted, it's got a lot of surface rust. So what I'll do is get some weld through primer. I've got a few more spot welds up there to take out. Just the, what's left of the spot weld. But this is pretty much what's going on right now. And then I'll pull that last little bit out of there. And then it's on to the back. All right, well, this Swiss cheese is what it takes to get a rocker panel out of the car. I've already cleaned that up a little bit. I've got to patch a few holes in it. But the rocker panel for the majority of the front is out. And then there's all of those holes there that I had to drill. And then there's that little piece up front. This little, right there, that piece there, that was a tough one because there's really no good way to get to it. And I just had to drill on it and drill on it and drill on it and finally got it through to where it would release. But these out here proved to be the hard ones because these were some really big spot welds, and I was having a hard time getting those out, or getting this piece that was here out. And I thought that it was these up here holding it, but it ended up that I had drilled this top spot weld out, but it was still holding on. It was so big, I don't know if it was two or what, but it was still holding on here. And whenever I cut this last little piece right here, it just started wiggling real hard, so I was able to get it out. But that's what that looks like. And that's the other third of it that I have to get out, so I'm sure that'll be a battle. I know the front was, so. But that was a lot of work. It took a long time to get all of this the way it is. And dirt, oh my goodness, there's dirt everywhere. And I have vacuumed twice just trying to get this stuff up or keep it decently clean. But there's some of the little pieces over there. That's the piece that comes through the firewall and attaches to this area up here. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. I appreciate everybody watching. If you're enjoying the videos, hit that like, hit that subscribe down below, share the videos. I know today is probably not the most exciting thing, but it's taken a long time to get this thing where it is right now, and especially trying to get that rocker panel out of there. There's a lot of hidden spot welds and everything else. So hopefully this week I can come out and work on the other third of it and try and get that out and do some patching and stuff like that. But it's going to be a while. Takes a little bit of time to get everything ready to put back together, and especially with this as rusty as everything was here. So I want to make sure that I get everything in there, get it right, get any patching panels or whatever that I need to do, get those in there and make this thing right, so that I don't have to do this again to this car. So appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you next week. Hope you have a good week. Thanks, everybody.